Hi, this is my big block Y to delta conversion project. So anyway, got this big block from lightning rods. Has been painted obviously, so it doesn't look like the rest of them do. But the end plates are opened up so that the thing will run cooler, because I intend to run it at significantly higher than 3,000 watts. Alright, so the next thing I did was, after I had tried it out just a little bit on my bench to make sure it was all working, both hauled and haulless, because I've got this old Grinfinian controller which can do both sensored and sensorless mode. Right now for this video I am doing this without the hauls hooked up. That's what this cable is. Here's the end that goes to the controller. And that's basically because I've got to figure out a hall wiring issue, which I haven't done yet for the video. Alright, so anyway, the motor was originally Y, and I brought all the phase ends out and used the really long cable that came on the motor originally to bring them all out. So all these pieces of wire are basically all just the cable that originally came on the motor, and then I used 5mm bullets on the ends so that I can disconnect and reconnect things. So in this case here, this one, those are both labeled B2. So that is the star connected end on the blue wire. And so you can see I've got G2 here and Y2 here. Those are all the star connected ends. And then like this one right here, that's B1. That was the wire that originally came out of the motor that was blue. And anyway, there's 6 of those down there. So there's Y1 and green one down there too. Same thing, those were the original wire ends that came out. Alright, so then everything goes over to this relay right here, and you can see this spot right here. That is the non-activated position on the relay contact, which you may or may not be able to see in there. So right now I have the relay turned off, and what that does is it takes all of the number 2 wires down here, so B2, Y2, G2, and it just connects them all together. And all 3 of those wires all go, whoops, I'm in the wrong place, are all these 3 connections right here, which is the movable contact inside the relay. So there's 3 poles inside there and 2 positions on the relay. So that's what these are. So that way when the relay is deactivated, it automatically puts the motor in Y or star. And then over here in the center set of pins on here, which is kind of hard to see it in there, but that's the second contact right here in the relay. That goes to the motor controller, so that's these 3 connections right here. And then that also goes to the Y1, G1, B1 connections over here. So anyway, it just basically, the relay lets you connect or disconnect the 2 position wire ends either in star or delta. Anyway, it works pretty well. Alright, so for this little test setup, I've also taken this little LiPo pack that I've got here. It's just 3 cells. It's close enough to 12 to activate the relay. And then on my throttle, I've got this little switch right here. So all I have to do is flip the switch, and get over here. Yeah, you can see the relay go. Anyway, these older Grinfinian controllers don't really do very well with motors that have very high kV. They were really intended for hub motors, and obviously this is an inrunner, so it doesn't work so well for that. But it will run it at partial throttle before it loses sync. The Grinfinians will work in sensored or sensorless mode, and I am obviously running it in sensorless. So anyway, I have a little mark, which is hard to see on the camera, right there, and there's a little molding mark on the throttle right there, and I just lined those 2 up. So right now the switch is off, which means I am in Y, and here goes the motor to that position. Get the wires out of the way. There we go. Okay, you can see the piece of tape spinning, and if we look down there, if it'll pick it up, camera's not seeing it. Showing I'm pulling about 1.6 amps, 1.7 amps, right there where the throttle lines up. Okay, turn the throttle off, flip the switch, now I'm in delta, and turn it back up again. You can see that it's visibly faster, and I'm back at that mark, and it shows on my watt meter that I'm pulling 5 amps. With this controller, maybe it's because I need to have the halls hooked up, I don't know, but I can't flip on the fly. I have to turn off the throttle completely. So now I've gone back to Y. There's Y at that same throttle position. Flip the switch. And there's delta. For right now, I am doing this test on this little LiPo battery pack I've built that's 48 volts. But I intend to run this motor at least 82 volts and probably more like 130 volts. So, shouldn't make any difference. Relay will definitely hold up to it. That's it.